2018 Harley Davidson Softail Heritage Classic. Softail Heritage Classic. They put the name right there. It's not that hard. Yo, what's up guys? DukeOfDC here. Welcome to another video. We are over here at Harley Davidson Central Texas up here in Round Rock, just north of Austin. And as always, this video is brought to you by Rollick. Rollick is a company connecting consumers like you and me to a network of certified dealers like Central Texas Harley-Davidson to provide the most transparent buying experience when it comes to ATVs, side-by-sides, RVs, and of course, motorcycles like this gorgeous 2018 Harley Davidson Softail Heritage Classic. That is a alphabet soup for you right there. But what does that all mean? You know, a lot of these Harley Davidsons have pretty extensive names, and I kind of want to break this bike down. We're going to do a little walk around. I'm going to tell you about some of the features, and then we're going to take it out for a test ride and show you the ropes. Now, some of you might be wondering, Duke, why are you riding 2018 bikes? Well, not only does the Central Texas Harley-Davidson specialize in selling brand new Harleys, but they have a really extensive inventory of used bikes, and if you want to check them out, they will be linked in the description down below. First and foremost on this Harley, I think we should talk about the Milwaukee Twin. This is the 107 cubic inch twin. That's right, just over 1,700 cc's. That's pretty ridiculous. This motorcycle is producing about 114 pound-feet of torque. Now, this engine is on a lot of other different Harley-Davidson motorcycles. It's on one of the others I'm taking out, the Ultra Limited today, and it's seen itself in many a bikes prior to the Milwaukee 114. One thing you'll notice is this is kind of a hybrid between a kind of sportster bike and a bit of a cruiser motorcycle. It's got a much larger wind cowl and wind protection in the front than what you would see on a normal like sportster bike. It also comes with these side cases. Those are locking, and that's what gives it its longevity kind of cruiser-esque look. Sticking with the comfort theme, you do have what I call like forward to mid controls. They're not all the way forward, they're kind of midi controls, and I really like them. I find them to be super, super comfortable when I'm riding motorcycles like this. You also have a pretty decent pillion seat, albeit nothing like what you can see on some of the other like very touring-oriented Harley-Davidsons. Like most Harley-Davidsons, this is belt-driven, which is going to give you advantage when it comes to maintenance costs. You've got a 5-gallon gas tank here with an estimated 47 miles per gallon, so this is another bike that is going to really take you for quite a long time. You're not going to be one of the first people in your riding group to fill up, which is always amazing, especially when you're talking about a 1,700 plus cc twin that is producing a pretty substantial amount of power, and yet you still get the efficiency that Harley-Davidson is pretty well known for. Now, like most Harley-Davidsons, this is a heavy, heavy bike. 723 pounds, ready to ride. That is nothing to kind of laugh at. That's a pretty substantial amount, albeit this one, of all the Harleys that I've been on today, feels ultra light and super balanced. And similar to a lot of Harley-Davidsons, this isn't like crazy technological. It doesn't have a lot going on for it, but it's a bike that is about a connection to the road. So you do see just an analog speedometer in the front here, and then your standard lights, no tachometer. All right guys, so that's it on the Softail Heritage Classic. For the walk around, let's take it out for a spin. So I'll just follow you?
6409. Yeah, just follow me.
Okay, cool. That's my babysitter. Okie dokie. Goodbye. And I have a babysitter, which I'm actually super excited about because I come to a lot of new dealerships and I have no idea where I'm going. So my boy up here, I think his name is Tim. Totally forgot his name. He's gonna be taking me for a spinarooski. Wow, okay, right off the bat, that 107 cubic inch, 107 pound-feet of torque twin is serious. This is the realest of dealists, guys. What an exciting motorcycle here. You know, it's so funny, 700 plus pounds of motorcycle is a lot. So you initially think like, wow, this isn't gonna do a whole lot. This isn't gonna be able to move all that well. Well, that is not true in the slightest. This thing is gonna be hauling ass. Can you hear that? Ready? Wait for this. Ready? Oh, the downshifts are so nice. That's the other thing. It's like on some Harleys, you never know if they're gonna be fantastic when it comes to throttle response. This one has a really beautiful response to it. Also, being a Softail, fits with the name. It's so ultra comfortable. Braking feels good. Dude, this is a bike. This is like, that's the other thing. It's, you know, whenever I'm doing these kind of walk arounds, it's 100 degrees, so you get kind of frustrated with the motorcycle for a minute, and you're just like, damn it, why aren't you good? But that's not true, because the minute you step on one, first off, I've got this beautiful breeze. I have no buffeting on my helmet, and yet my chest feels like beautifully ventilated. Not in a way that is painful. Like, I don't feel like I'm a windsock. I just feel like somehow they're getting enough air to ventilate around this thing. Really wonderful bike. So I think it has auto-canceling turn signals, which is fantastic. As this is a bike coming from Central Texas Harley-Davidson, it does have a keyless system. So there is no key. You just hit the kill switch or the start switch, and then the on, you know, the starter button, and the thing starts. And then when you're done, you just kill the bike, and it like shuts off completely. No key necessary. And then we're just gonna go. That sounds so good. Oh my goodness. It feels really fantastic. I mean, the rider, the comfort is second to none. Oh my god, it has so much power. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So you guys will probably notice I'm not talking about the price a lot on this one, and that's because this is a used unit. So if you do want to see the price is probably constantly changing, just dependent on supply and demand. Go to Central Texas Harley-Davidson's website. I'm going to link it down below. And if you're not from this area, you're looking for a used Harley or a new Harley or any type of power sport item, please go to that first link in the description for GoRollick.com. Oh, that's sexual. And on that note, have you guys subscribed to the channel yet? Because it'd be really cool if you did. We are growing at an alarming pace. Soon I'm going to have an army of Dukes. And we can take over the world. Hit that subscribe button. The other thing, Milwaukee twin, huge twin, very little vibration in the handlebars. At least none that's bothering me. There is some vibration, okay? That would be a lie to say there's none. But it's not at a frequency like some of these inline fours that are so ridiculously high frequency that they start numbing your hands. It's very manageable. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. All right, I mean, it's so comfortable. The power is so available. The braking feels good. You don't feel the weight at all. It changes directions nicely. The handlebars are in a great position. That's the other thing, is Harley Davidsons are hyper customizable, right? Hyper customizable, both from the factory when you first buy them, or in the aftermarket department. There's about 65 trillion different things you can do to these things. And I'm not feeling the heat when we're going from the motorcycle. It's being dissipated quite well. But unfortunately, when we're at a stop, it is cooking my leg. Oh my god. I mean, this has so much torque. Torque is what moves you. The other thing about these Milwaukees is the torque comes in at about 3,200 RPM, which, you know, for these, they redline relatively low in comparison to sport bikes, but that still is well within what you're going to be seeing in first gear within, like, you know, the first few tens of feet. No bike is perfect, and this Harley does have a little quirk to it that I am, like, finding pretty annoying. And I just can't stand where the speedometer is. It's way too low. It's out of sight and out of mind in a way that kind of bothers me. And also the turn signal indicator lights are down here. Everything you need to see is down here. You could literally be riding, focusing on the road for, you know, 20, 30, 40 miles and not glance down. Now, you should obviously be kind of like, you know, glancing for your mirrors and stuff. But let's say you didn't glance down. You're driving with your turn signal on. Or more importantly, you've got an engine light that's come on and you're not looking for it because it's way down here. I don't necessarily love that. I think that that's kind of something that they're just having to deal with, because the alternative would be grim. The alternative is that they put it on some sort of a dial that was mounted to the handlebars and was just right in your frickin' face, whereas this means that you have this kind of beautiful, sleek design that's all centered around the 5-gallon gas tank, of which I think is much better looking, albeit way less utilitarian. The turn signals are bothering the bejesus out of me. I think it's just because I'm so used to the more classic turn signals on the left side. Cancel, spam the cancel button. That was great. Yeah, great ride. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, so that is it on the 2018 Harley Davidson Softail Heritage Classic. Really fantastic motorcycle. The torque comes on beautifully. The weight doesn't really feel overwhelming at all. The wind protection is great. The ventilation to the chest is wonderful. The brakes feel strong. The entire thing, it's just comfort oriented. It's a cruiser. It's got a lot of character to it. Fantastic motorcycle. It would be nice to have too on long distances with the windshield and the side cases. Of course, we are over here at Central Texas Harley-Davidson. Please check them out. Link in the description down below. And of course, if you're looking for a motorcycle like this, you're not from this area, go to the first link for GoRollick.com. Subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.